This other idea is just, again, schools kind of be willing to change, but again, it's looking at how do we actually do that. And this last idea is you need that support system there, right? To be able to integrate something new and use something new, especially something that's so important to our students' future, you have to be able to have that support system. So teachers need support, and most likely that's going to come from professional development, but it needs to be professional development that's useful and relevant. Also looking at, we need that support from this community, and you need support from the government for this to actually work well. In terms of my conclusions, basically I'm just looking at this idea that our students are not prepared for the future, and that has to do with that schools don't have the necessary tools, and it's mainly because of lack of funding, proactiveness, and support. So that's the big conclusion. Some other conclusions throughout kind of my paper are looking at mainly just stressing this idea that teachers should use the technology as a support system, right, to enhance the content in their classroom. And there's just a ton of benefits to that. And a lot of it is just looking at, it's way easier to assess student learning, especially immediately. Right? You can, within a few moments, just have this idea of how your classroom is actually performing. You can provide feedback to students faster. You can enhance these problem-solving skills for the students, and find ways to actually allow them to change the way that they're learning and make it more to how the students actually learn. In terms of another conclusion is looking at, just this idea that, okay, well, one of the big problems is that schools don't have money for this. They don't have the necessary tools to integrate technology into the classroom. And they're just going to have to get creative, unfortunately. It would be a lot nicer if there was an easier way. And it would be a lot nicer if we had more government support, but we don't. So they have to find ways to be creative. And it's imperative that we do. So those were just kind of a couple ideas that I've stressed. The sinking funds, technology foundation grants, making professional development useful and relevant. So that way we can actually integrate technology. These are actually just a few references I have. I've been going through and trying to get more. These ones are more focusing on just the beginning of what I have, but I still want to find additional resources that I can use as evidence for, especially the benefits, for kind of where I need to look still. But these are just some. So thank you.